Good evening and welcome to my humble podcast abode. I am Coco Griot, just a 50-something who loves to share ideas about life, love, and a host of other topics. Tonight, I hope you will permit me to take a walk on the lighter side of life. There have been so many sad and tragic things happening lately, I just feel the need to laugh a little. I'm going to share 3 events from different times in my life where I just flat out embarrass myself. I laugh at these things every time I think about them, and I hope you will too. I am a bit of a prony, or actually a card-carrying klutz. I am gravity challenged at times, and my feet don't always follow the messages of my brain. When I was in high school, I seldom wore dresses to school. I was just a t-shirt and jeans kind of girl. One day, I decided I would wear a dress to school. This was a fateful mistake. I was wearing some sandals that had about all the traction of a Vaseline-greased ice skating rink. I was trying to be delicate and ladylike as I walked to the edge of the stairs. My descent was not pretty. I hit the first step, but the rest of the way down was an undignified roll. When I got to the bottom, there was a cadre of boys, of course, because we're talking about my life, right? They asked if I was okay, and I nodded yes. Then, as if almost on cue, they all howled with laughter. The one remark I will never forget was when one of the jocks said, "That is the only way any of us would ever get to see her panties." Now, I didn't know a black woman could turn red, but I found out that day. It was not funny then, but it's something I laugh about every time the thought comes to mind now. The second most embarrassing moment, and mind you, these are just the ones I'm willing to admit. Well, I tell you, this event happened when I was in college. I got married to the most wonderful man in the world. We were both taking classes on campus, but we didn't normally see each other until we got home at the end of the day. One beautiful day in spring, I could not believe my luck. I spotted my husband from behind. The impish part of me whispered, "Don't say his name, just surprise him." So that is exactly what I did. I quickened my pace to catch up to him to the point I was almost out of breath. I stealthily reached out my hand and slapped his butt. But it was not his butt. The guy turned around with the biggest smile and said, "Well, hello there." All the blood drained from my face when I realized in horror this was not my husband. I started apologizing profusely and trying to explain the mistaken cheek identity. How could this be? Does everyone have a butt identical twin? I had so many questions. I explained that I was a married woman and I thought he was my husband and blah, blah, blah. Turns out he was a good sport and accepted my apology. When I got home that evening, I had to shamefully tell my husband what happened. He cracked up and just howled with laughter. I learned my lesson and I have never reached for an unverified butt cheek again in my life. So the last moment of embarrassment I am willing to admit involves me and a dress again. This time no stairs. I don't know if people born after the year 2000 understand the concept of pantyhose. I remember when they were part of the dress code when I was teaching. Today, I'm wondering if pantyhose meant the same fate as slips. Pardon my digression. So, I needed to get something from the mall, and I decided to stop by on my way home from work. I was trying to avoid evening traffic, so this was going to be a quick in and out trip. As luck would have it, my bladder had other plans. I dipped into the bathroom quickly, adjusted my clothing, washed my hands, and left. I was walking through the mall, and I noticed that people would start laughing as I walked by. I was so self-conscious and I felt uncomfortable, so I stepped into a store and passed by one of the full-length mirrors. There goes the blood draining from my face again. The bottom hem of my dress was tucked neatly into the top of my pantyhose. Yep, I had treated half of the mall to a show of my underwear. I quickly adjusted the offending situation and left the mall without even purchasing what I came for. So I made a commitment to wear dresses as least as possible because my luck with them has not been very good. I hope you've enjoyed my embarrassing moments